See a bird in the corner. Hi everyone, it's Bardic Whispers, and today I'm going to be making a few different character builds, and this is one of many that I plan on doing today. So, let's hop to it. I came up with this idea when I was in a baby shop with my partner. I saw a little yak and I thought it would be cool to have a Minotaur character called Mowyak that was centralized around sort of a yak design rather than your standard beast, bull or otherwise. So I thought I would go through that. Hope everyone's doing well. Hoping any studies, work, general life is going well for you. And as always, this place is supposed to be relaxing, beneficial, allows you to sort of grow and just relax a little bit if you're having a rough time or if you're having a good time. It doesn't really matter. So we're looking at Minotaur 27. I don't know about you gang, but I've been struggling a little bit. I'm actually trying to give up caffeine at the moment. It is surprisingly difficult, and I may have a slight addiction. I do drink a lot of energy drinks, coffees, and teas. But what can you do when you're so busy? I started writing what I was saying, which isn't ideal. Let us have a look-see. We're a little bit too far in this book. Shadakai, Orc, Seder. Here we go, Minotaur. And I'm thinking a druid for this build. So you can see here, a Minotaur can sort of be bull, cow, or otherwise. It's all good in the hood. So, Minotaurs are barrel-chested humanoids, with heads resemble most of those of bulls, blessed with a supernatural strong sense of direction. Minotaurs make great navigators. Some sages believe Minotaurs were first created by the Lady of Pain to patrol the magical mazes that she uses to trap her foes. Minotaur's horns range in size from 1 foot long to easily 3 times that length, which is 3 foot. I don't know why you would just say 3 foot. Minotaurs often carve in the horns and sharpen the edges, etch symbols of power into them, or sheath them in bronze to prevent them from shattering during battle. So you can see this one's got tips of some kind of metal. Thick hair extends down Minotaurs' necks and powerful backs, and some have long patches of fur from their chins and cheeks. Their legs end in heavy cloven hooves and have long tufted tails. In Minotaur, you have the following racial traits. You're humanoid, you're medium, 30-foot range, horns. You have horns that you can use to make unarmed strikes. When you hit with them, you make each strike deals 1.6 plus your strength modifier, piercing damage, instead of bludgeoning damage. Roaring Rush. Immediately after you take the dash action on your turn and move to at least 20 feet, you can make one melee attack with your horns as a bonus action. Hammering Horns. Immediately after you hit a creature with a melee attack as part of an attack action on your turn, you can use your bonus action to attempt to push that target with your horns. The target must be within 5 feet of you and more than one size larger than you. No more than one size. Unless it succeeds on a strength saving throw against equal to 8 plus your proficiency bonus plus your strength modifier. You push it up to 10 feet away from you. Labyrinth Recall. You will always know which direction north is, and you have an advantage on any wisdom survival checks that you make to navigate or track. So there isn't necessarily too much in terms of additional it's additional attacks and a little bit of functionality in navigation, which is good for forest tracking and those pieces and everything like that. So we are a Minotaur, we have Gore and horn attacks. And I'm going to call this person Mowyak because they are half yak and Minotaur. So, as I said, we'll be going and doing a Druid build for this. So the Druid build is page 64. I posted recently as well. I've been making a manual character because I don't have some of the pieces on D&D Beyond. I'm going to be making manual characters, and I don't know how people have done it in the past. It took me a solid hour to try and figure out everything that's going on and not have everything pre-built for me. It's pretty crazy. It was just really hard to understand. The book isn't exactly clear all the time about where, what you want to fill in and where it's applicable, or it's like in a single sentence across the entire 300 odd page book. So it'll be interesting to sort of figure out what's going on there. So Druid, power of nature, preserves the balance, creating a Druid. You have these different proficiencies and different pieces, so light armor, medium armor, and shields. Druids will not wear armor or use shields made of metal. Clubs, daggers, darts, javelins, maces, quarterstaff, scimitars, sickles, slings, and spears weapons. I think they're going to have a mace, and they're a yak. Maybe they're a Highland Cow. And they are very bovine orientated. So what does that mean? So maybe the mace. Maybe the mace. Maybe the mace is a ram's head. Not actually a ram's head, but it's got horns and different great things and stuff like that. So cool. We have spellcasting, druidic. Let's go with the druid circles. Druid circles. Circle of the land, Circle of the Moon. And I think grassland for land, I think. Excellent. So, circle of land. Grassland. For the druid spells for grassland, invisibility, pass without trace, daylight, haste, divination, freedom of movement, dream, and insect plague. So fairly relaxed. Kind of supporting character in most of those aspects. Natural recovery and bonus cantrip. Starting at like on second level, you create magical energy by sitting in meditation. Circle spells, 3rd and 5th. You start achieving these spells as well. Okay. Let us create some background. So they're a land, circle of land, grasslands, druid, which makes sense because they're a bovine kind of a sub-race. Backgrounds, 1, 2, 5. I'm going to need some dice for this. 1, 2, 5. Da, da, da. 1 second. I wish I had my green dice for grass, but I don't know where they are at the moment. So there is the acolyte. There's the charlatan, criminal, entertainer, guild artisan, noble, outlander, sailor, soldier. I think we might go with outlander. So the Outlanders grew up in the wilds of civilization and technology, so being a Minotaur, they're slightly feared in that instance, so that's okay. Origin. Let's have a look at the origins. Oh, can't see that in the dark. 5. Exile or outcast. That's okay. D8. 4. I had a lesson for every situation drawn from observing nature. So they speak with different sort of stories, analogies, and everything from previous situations and aspects of that. Maybe it's not related, maybe it is perfectly related. It's a bit of like a hedge of bets, whether or not you want to take into that consideration. 2, greater good. It is in a person's responsibility to make the most of happiness in for the whole tribe. That works. So they have a lot of experience and life experience, and they want to make sure that everyone's happy, chill, and everything like that. Getting sort of like naturalistic, sort of surf vibe. An injury to an unspoiled wilderness of my home is an injury to me. Hates spoiling wilderness. And floor 2. Live life to the fullest. Excellent. So, Mowyak is an Outlander exile. He has much experience, life experience. Often tries to relate those experiences back to current situations, predicaments, and problems. Doesn't necessarily always have them as completely successful. Tries to, whatever team, squad, tribe he's a part of, tries to make the most of it and tries to make everyone happy as possible. Hates seeing spoiled wilderness, and will live life to the fullest. So I'm definitely getting a sort of like live in the moment, Matthew McConaughey kind of relaxed vibe for this big sort of yak kind of thing. I think let's go to. So we're going to need our D100, and as always, we'll roll 2. 90. There's an ancient arrow. Oh. Cool. 47. A metal can that has no opening, but sounds as if it is filled with liquid sand, spiders, or broken glass. Your choice. I'm going to say broken glass. Okay, cool. I've got something there. Let's. Mowyak is a yak-like Minotaur, large, imposing figure, but is very relaxed, jovial, and always up for a good laugh. They were originally outcast from their tribe for hiding after finding an ancient elven arrow in the grasslands. Harbouring this was a crime in the tribe because of a very distant feud with the elves and the protection of land. Despite being exiled, Mowyak still keeps the existence of the tribe to make sure that no wilderness is spoiled. It is very adverse to damaging environmental spaces. And despite this hardship, it still lives life to the fullest. With the aspects of making sure that no pieces of wilderness are spoiled, he carries a small can that cannot be opened, but it has like basically a disposal trash can, so he fills it with broken glass and different pieces of material that shouldn't be in the wilderness as he goes along, and it's just filled with his can. So he also carries his wooden ironbark mace that's carved into a goat or ram's head that he uses. No metal, for sure, only the can. They have like ginger or orange fur that is draped over their, very shaggy over their face. Big maw, big nose, and a lot of the hairs are bundled up in little dreadlocks with little ponytail pieces, and they're all just sort of sticking up, so try and minimise the amount of hair in their face. I think Mowyak would be a little bit more surfer, where he'd be like, hey man, everything is just groovy. This reminds me of this time where I was sort of surfing, or, you know, going deep into the, actually, no, this doesn't really apply. Let's just go ahead and fight that dragon. If, you know, that black dragon's just put a whole bunch of acid all over this grass, this is just not good. I don't really have a life experience that's related. This is the first time I've fought a dragon, so anyway, let's go team. So a little bit of just talking and making sure everyone's in this positive vibe, like almost a counsellor kind of thing, so I think that'll be really interesting. Cool. Thank you everyone, I hope you enjoyed this build. Let me know if you use any, how do you say, exotic species in your campaigns. Thank you everyone, enjoy your long rest.